that ass up.
Get up and get turned up with DeDe in the morning.
We get wild a bit.
Now, Jade, JJ, and J. Cruz, this is when you know that our show is getting bigger and bigger.
Yes.
When you look up and this man's on our show, right?
Yes.
Yep.
You guys, I'm talking about one of the greatest right now. Y'all got to give it up for Mr. Troy Aikman.
Wow, this is a big deal.
Yes, it is.
Wow.
Well, thank you for having me. It means a lot.
All right. Well, Troy Aikman, first of all, we're going to talk about you doing a lot. First of all, you're doing a lot. You got a lot going on. You got a beer. You got a fest that's coming up, and we will be talking about that. But the one thing I got to say is this. I watch you because my husband watches all the time. And before we start anything, I just want to know something. When you're in that booth, when we're watching you commentate and everything else like that, are you eating, drinking, what are you really doing in that booth, and how big is it? You know that.
He's going to be disappointed. I'm drinking a lot of water. I will say that we have a lot of flavored almonds up in our booth. So sometimes you may hear us eating on those. Joe included. Joe likes red licorice. That's his go-to snack in the booth. I stick with the almonds.
Really? Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Almonds are a loud snack.
So-
Like that's a loud snack to have.
That's a
So the
loud
bottom of the
snack,
floor,
yeah.
so the bottom of the floor in the booth looked like a baseball dugout.
Right.
JJ,
we're
those will be
shelling peanuts
peanuts.
up there.
But still.
We're shelling peanuts at the game, sure.
Oh my God. So Troy, how often are you guys on the road like that? And is it fun for you?
Yeah, we're on the road for every game, and the last 4 years we've been doing Thursday nights and Sundays, so it's been a lot of travel. The good thing is I've always enjoyed our crew, many of whom have been on the crew as long as I've been with Fox, which is 21 years.
What?
Joe and I've been working together. We just finished our 20th season.
Wow.
And it's probably a lot like your show there. It's family, I mean, you really, it's an extension of your family, and I love all of them. Erin Andrews has been on our crew a long time as well. Christina Pink worked with us on Thursdays. We picked up Tom Rinaldi, so it is a lot of fun. I always look forward to the off season because of the time off, but I definitely miss seeing those people.
Okay. Go ahead, Cruz. You had a
So
question?
are you really, to bring it into what you were just saying, are you really thinking about leaving and going to Amazon Sports? Are you really going to leave Fox?
Well, we are in conversations currently. I think we're close to a resolution. I'm not really sure just yet what it's going to look like. It's been ongoing. This has been going on for a long time, so I think everybody's got a little bit fatigued from talking about it. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, I like I said, I've loved my time at Fox. 21 years. I've called the last 20 NFC Championship games. I believe it's been 6 Super Bowls. Fox has 2 of the next 3 Super Bowls as well. So if I'm not there for those, I certainly would miss that, miss a lot of people. But right now it's business, and I'm not sure Fox is. I'm not sure their interest is getting in the game. So we'll find out in due time.
Wow, this is so interesting. Everybody, we are talking to Hall of Famer and from Fox Sports, Troy Aikman. JJ, you had a question?
Hey, real quick. So now that the football season is over, man, right now the big talk of the league is Aaron Rodgers. Is he gonna stay with Green Bay? Is he gonna go somewhere else? Is he gonna retire? For you, what you think he's gonna do?
Well, after yesterday's post on Instagram, I thought he was done, but then he said, no, I still haven't decided. So with him, it's hard to tell, but I do think that if he is going to play, I feel like Green Bay probably gives him the best chance to do that. I know he thinks a lot of Matt LaFleur. I certainly don't want to speak for Aaron Rodgers, but I know he loves playing for the Packers. He's loved his teammates, and he really has enjoyed the relationship with his head coach, Matt LaFleur. Nathaniel Hackett, the quarterback coach, who has left and went to he's now the head coach in Denver. Maybe that plays into Aaron and his decision, but it just seems to me like there's a lot of things in place in Green Bay. It's what he knows, that if he does play, that's where he'll be. But again, I just don't know what all the motivating factors are. I do know Green Bay has some cap issues, which you would imagine, when you're trying to sign a guy like Aaron, or you have signed him. But other teams have been able to work around that, and I'm sure that the Packers would be able to as well.
Wow. Interesting. So as we're talking to Troy Aikman, go ahead, Jade. You had a question?
Okay, it's very rare that I'm at a loss for words, but I am originally from Dallas. When I tell you I am fanning out, like I cannot believe I am on with freaking like I bleed blue, okay? Cowboy Nation all day. It's you.
No, I gotta be honest with you. She's never been like in awe.
Yeah, for real. Look at it.
I'm like, and look, you look good. You look exactly the same. You look like you look on TV. I'm like, it's really you. OMG.
Well, maybe you can tell us what's wrong with our Cowboys. What's happening?
Oh my God, they break my heart. Oh, I don't know.
I know.
Yeah, that was a tough one in the playoffs. No one expected that.
Troy, what do you think is the problem with the Cowboys? They're America's team, so they say, and I keep saying they may have to lose that calling, that name, because we haven't seen a Super Bowl in years. What is wrong with the Cowboys?
No. We can't lose that name. They are they, however we say it, are America's team. It was an outstanding. I love Dak Prescott, love everything about him, and a lot of those players. I mean, they're as talented. I get a chance to see all these teams. They're as talented as anybody in the league.
Yes, they are.
It's just a shame that when you get to the game that matters the most, the postseason, and there's been times when they've gotten to the postseason, they haven't been the best team, but this was one of those teams that just felt like they were going to do something really special, and to get to the postseason and then not play your best. That's been the problem. And then everybody, well, how do you fix that? I don't know. I don't know how you fix that part of it. But as far as the roster goes, I think they're really talented.
Yeah.
Are there certain players that you just enjoy watching? What players do you say to yourself, I just enjoy watching them play the game?
Well, 100%. I enjoy the players who you just see put it on the line every week and are unselfish, do whatever they're asked to do. Robert Woods with the Rams, he got injured this year in the middle of the season. He's always been one of my favorite players just because of all the things that he does. And Cooper Kupp, took that mantle this year and did a lot. Deebo Samuel with the 49ers, I said it in one of our broadcasts. He became my new favorite player as that season went along, just watching him. But those kinds of guys, and it's not always skill players. There's linemen who I've really enjoyed. Aaron Donald is one of those guys who I just love watching play. Anyone who gives great effort on every play, that seems to be a team guy, is only worried about winning, then I'm typically a pretty big fan of theirs.
Nice.
Any of the newer quarterbacks that you watch and you're like, oh, he's going to be just as good as I was?
Well, just about all of them now. But, I think the guy who I have really liked, and it comes as no surprise because he played in the Super Bowl, is Joe Burrow. And I like his confidence. He's got a little swag to him, which I think is good. You could tell that his teammates love being in the locker room with him. So I wish that he had been in the NFC or was in the NFC because of the Fox package. I'd get a chance to see him more. I only got to see him because of the Thursday night game that we had of his last year and then this year. But yeah, big fan of his, and he's already one of the faces of the league, like Patrick Mahomes, like Josh Allen. But I think we're in good hands when it comes to these young quarterbacks who are going to be the faces of the league. Yeah,
because I got to be honest with you, I'm sad because I was such a fan. Everybody knows in here who I'm a big fan of Tom Brady, and I'm sad now that I really didn't want him to retire. I didn't. I think I didn't either. And we all thought that we knew it was going to happen at some point. I know that his goal was always to get to 45, so I just kind of took it for granted that he'd be back at least one more year. And I'm still hoping that he changes his mind. He's without a doubt the best that's ever done it, and he's still he very easily could have won the MVP this year. So talk about a guy who's going out on top. I know it. So Troy, do you have kids, right? Do you have a son? I do not have a son. I've got two daughters, 19 and 20 years old. Either one of them play football? I'm just asking.
Got an arm?
No. They played all the other sports, but they didn't play football.
Okay. So everybody, we are talking to Hall of Famer and from Fox Sports, Troy Aikman. Now let's talk about the new beer. Tell us about this new beer that you have.
Yeah, I wanted to make a light beer, low calorie, low carb beer that complemented my lifestyle, which is I work out, I take my health and wellness seriously, and yet I also know that moments are to be celebrated with friends and family and life's small achievements. And so I wanted to do something that kind of fit that. And when you then did have a beer, it didn't compromise all the hard work that you put in during the year. And so we went down this path. We formed 8. Elite Light Lager is the name of the beer, and I'm really excited about it. People seem to genuinely like it, which they should, for those like myself, because our beer, what's different about it is it has no adjuncts and no fillers, which is pretty unique. I don't know of another widely available beer that can say that. And what that means is we don't add any corn, rice, syrup, or extra sugars to our beer. And yet we're 90 calories and 2.6 carbs. So I always like to refer to it as a better for you beer. And we did that all without sacrificing taste. I think the people who try it, what they notice first is that it really has a full-bodied flavor for a light beer. And I couldn't be happier with how it turned out. It took over 2.5 years to do, but really proud of it.
Well, I'll tell you this. I am a beer drinker. I used to drink a lot of Michelob Ultra, because I like a light beer and I like to chase it with a shot. So I'm going to make sure I get Okay, now, and by the way,
I like your style.
Okay, good. Yeah, we'll go beer together, Troy. But wait,
now you'll be drinking 8.
There it is. And it's only available, though, where? In Texas only?
It's only available in Texas right now and only off-premise. So it's in bars and restaurants. And then we will be in stores, grocery stores, convenience stores beginning April 1st.
Okay, I like it. All right. Go ahead, JJ.
Hey, real quick, I'm just curious, how many tall cans is going to take for me where I'm going to need a lift driver?
Well, you're a big guy, it looks like. So I'd say, you'd probably 6 would be my guess. half a dozen, you'd be all right. It's 4.0 alcohol by volume.
Oh, wow.
All right. Wow. Well, let's talk about of course, the festival. Tell us a little bit about this festival you got.
Yeah, my hometown's about 4,000 people. It's a long story as to how I got there, but essentially what it was that I wanted to give this town a shot in the arm and help them out economically, and at the same time raise some money for the school, both academically as well as the athletic programs. And so decided to do this music festival, and I needed an Oklahoma presence. So I reached out to my friend Blake Shelton and said, hey, I'm putting together this music festival. I'm calling on a lot of my country music artists, but I need an Oklahoma headliner, and you're my first choice. And he responded almost immediately and said that he was in. And so it's June 11th. Tickets have gone on sale. You can go to highwaytohenrietta.com and get tickets. And it's going to be unlike anything that has hit certainly Henrietta and probably the area. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and really excited about it. Tickets are going fast. We can only hold about 15,000 where we're having it.
What a big deal that you had Blake Shelton's number in your phone, Troy.
Right.
Well, no, that wasn't a subtle brag. I had to reach out for his number. I had to get his number from someone else.
Well, listen, we'll look forward to that. We're going to definitely look forward to the big festival. And if you need some help booking any other artists, we got Kodak Black here. We could get who else? Hip hop artist.
You never know. We might we might be looking to fill out that lineup.
Right, because I know you watch halftime.
Oh yeah.
I know you got up and did the sea walk and dance a little bit.
Outstanding. That was so good.
Yeah,
well, listen, shouts out to everybody in Oklahoma. As a matter of fact, we're on in Oklahoma City and in Lawton. So if you're listening, make sure you are there. Troy Aikman, of course, will have his high-rated Henrietta Fest happening on June 11th. JJ, maybe you got to go because, JJ's a comedian. He'll go up and
if you need a host, let me know.
Yeah, he'll be your host.
Okay.
I'll be your host.
All
man.
right.
Let us know.
I'm your man.
Let us know.
Because I can't host. I cannot do that.
Hey, just give me some beer. I'm good.
Okay.
I have a feeling Troy's going to be in the back drinking him some 8s as well.
Oh, yeah. We'll have plenty of that for you.
Absolutely.
We love that. Listen, thank you very much for being on the show. Congratulations on everything. Thank you for being so honest, cool, fun, everything. Come back, okay? Please.
Thank you so much.
You come back, please. Y'all give it up. Hall of Famer. There he is, Troy Aikman.
Aikman.
Wake that ass up. Get up and get turned up with DeDe in the morning.
We get wild a bit.